So in my mind, there are three nightmare scenarios that all of us face. The first is a timing belt failure. The second would be rod knock as a result of a spun bearing. And the last is a fire. A fire because of these things. And so today we are replacing the fire hazard with some new lines. Let me just get them. These were shipped all the way from the US for me. A gentleman by the name of Devin built them. Thank you, Devin. Devin is a US Navy mechanic, plus also a 944 enthusiast, and I can't think of anyone better to build lines for me than someone that works on high-performance engines, plus also loves these cars. So here's what we're going to do next. Here's the process. With the wheel now off, we can access the wheel well. Within the wheel well is a lining. That lining is attached by a handful of small bolts. We're going to remove those bolts, which will then give us access to the actual lines. We're then going to do one line at a time. One line is a return line, one line is for delivery, and we don't want to mess them up. So we're going to go one at a time, delivery first, and then the return line. Let's get to it. In order to get the wheel lining out, there are a handful of bolts. Here, here behind, here, up here on top, and there should be one down here at the bottom. Mine was cable tied because I had previous front end damage from the previous owner. It's not all, it's power steering fluid, because I know that my power steering reservoir leaks like crazy. Oh wait, there's one more here. I'm sure I've watched a tutorial online where there's only 3 bolts. By the way, I missed 2 more bolts, here and here at the back. Let's try this again. It splits at the back. That's a relief. When I wiggle this one, that's the return. And the one on the right is delivery. Okay. All right. Now comes the business of cutting. I don't like cutting. With everything sorted out down there, we're now going to turn our attention to the top of the engine here. We need to release our fuel lines. Here at the back, it's simply a flathead screwdriver. And on the front, we need a 19 and we need a 24 spanner. The other thing that we're going to be doing to accommodate the new line is taking this unit and just spinning it around. Okay, we're getting to a point where it might just spray if there is pressure, so let's see what happens here. Remember, like when we did the fuel pressure test, that was a fail. There is a ball bearing here that you don't want to lose. There it is, if you can see it. But as you can also see, there's no fuel pressure, so I'm just going to put this straight back on, tighten it up, and begin with the lines. Okay, there's a little bit of fuel coming out of here. So that is our delivery line loose, and so we're going to now go downstairs and sort out our delivery line first. Oh, I don't know why they use plastic. Anyway. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this cutter in here, and I'm going to try and go as low as I can so that the fitting is beneath this opening. So if there's any leaks or any spray or anything that happens, it's all here in the wheel well rather than in the engine bay near those headers again. So I'm going to try and go as low as I can, but I'm going to have to do a little bit of measuring. I'm going to take the new line, I'm going to attach it just lightly here, and what that's going to allow me to do is see how much I have to play with once it's routed the way that I want it to go. So it's going to be more or less like that. And then we're going to put it through here. Okay, Lovely. And so Devon has given us quite a lot of length here, which is excellent. So now I know I can cut it about halfway down. Okay. There we go. Our line is cut. And there we have it. One high pressure hose, one fire hazard removed. And now I can take this one, tighten it down, double check that it is flowing where I want it to, and then we'll move on to the second line. Double check that. Yeah, up to that point, because there's no heat there. Okay. Oh, let's plug this. Make sure it can. Okay, so that's heat shield for that length, which is perfect because that is where the heat will be coming from, so that is perfect. So this is an interesting little bit of kit. Instead of having to do all sorts of work on the end of the line, all we simply do, pull this over, then this little insert has a taper to it, so you want the wider side on the line, and then we come here, we push them together, and then we tighten it, and we tighten it down hard, and what is going to happen is it's going to squeeze down into that taper, and that's going to prevent any kind of leaking happening. So that's what we're going to do downstairs. I'm calling Devon. What I'm trying to find out is how tight to make this fitting, because I mean it's really tight. So instead of me guessing, I'm just going to see if I can try and ask an expert. But okay, I'm going to snug it a little bit further and move on to the next one. Okay, so that's one part done. These are 10 more. There we go. And then we're going to turn this around. Now the thing about this is that people just think you're just turning it around, but you're actually pulling it out of the rail. So there is something that you need to be aware of. When we pull this out, if you look over there, you'll see that it pops out, and hopefully the seal will be intact. Okay, I'm going to have to get in your way. Oh, there we go. Oh. All right, so here is that seal that you just need to protect a little bit. A ton of fuel has come out, so I'm a little bit worried about how that's going to affect us a little bit later, but hopefully it will burn off slowly, evaporate as we are. Oh, this has also come off. So we're going to reapply it here. And I'm pretty sure that when all we have to do is snug down the bolts and it will be nice and tight. Okay. Now I need to get this line back into where it was supposed to go. Did I break it? What has happened here? Yeah, it's broken. That's not so good. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, just as a kind of interim thing, I'm going to probably cut it here. I don't want to, as I cut it, I don't want to squeeze it, so I'm going to need a blade. I'll use the cutter, and then we'll just attach it directly. Maybe we have to do a bit of taping or something. Now this may be very wrong, but this is me on the fly, running out of time. So we're just going to go for it. Almost there. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can jam this in here without messing anything else up. Okay, so it's in. It's attached. Let's get a little bit of tape or something. We see if we can. And that is some pretty good jerry rigging, I think. Anyway, I hope it's all connected everywhere else. We're going to reattach it, and then we got to move on. I need gloves. I need those gloves back on. Okay, to test this, I'm not going to start the car. Rather, I'm going to use this jumper that we made ages ago, and I'm going to jump it at the fuel relay. So first, let's just get this in place. Take the relay out. Okay, see if you can hear the fuel pump going. There we go. I can hear it. No leaks. Oh, I can feel it. Feel it flowing through the hoses. I'm going to have to just figure out how to route these a little bit nicer. Okay, but there's don't seem to be any leaks here. That's really good news. Let's check under here. Dry as a bone. I'm very pleased with that. I think we're going to end the video there. Everything is just now reverse order, putting everything back together. I'm going to neaten this up a little bit, but otherwise I'm really pleased. There is one mistake that I made when I was ordering my line though, so come a little bit closer. So there's one line that is still very brittle, and I'm actually quite worried about it. It's this hose just over here, and if you look at it, it really is showing its age. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Devin to send me another line. I know that he does this line. Devin, please. And what I will probably do is install it not on camera, but I'll certainly update you when it's in. Okay, that's all for today. I will see you in the next video.